about to look at the final lesson for the semester in college algebra, and it's dealing with graphing inequalities. Now, this is something that you saw a little bit in Algebra 1. I'm sure you saw it in Algebra 2 or Algebra 3 as well. But we're looking at graphing inequalities. I'm going to treat graphing inequalities almost like graphing equations. I'm going to put them both into slope-intercept form and see what happens. So this first one, I'm going to move the 4x over. So I've got 2y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 6. So y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 3. Okay, just looking at the graph of that line, y-intercept's 3, slope is negative 2. So I go up to 3, and I go down to right 1. And now I'm going to draw the line through it. Because it's an or equals, it's a solid line. And that's what I get. All right, now, the next equation I'm going to look, or inequality I'm going to look at is this one of 2x minus 4y is greater than 10. So this becomes negative 4y is greater than negative 2x plus 10. Divide both sides by negative. Of course, if you divide by negative, you got to switch the inequality around. So this is going to be y is less than, all right, it's going to be negative 2 divided by negative 4, which is 1/2 x. And then 10 over negative 4 is negative 5/2. So we've got a y-intercept of negative 5/2 and a slope of 1/2. So we go down 2.5 and positive 1/2. So we go up 1 over 2. Puts us there. And now, because this one does not have the or equals, we do a dotted line here. Now, on your multiple choice, sometimes that's going to be the giveaway of what the correct answer is and what the incorrect answer is if you're supposed to have a dotted line and you don't, the shading may not be where you can find the problem. It may be in the other. So we are going to be less than both lines. Being less than negative 2x plus 3 puts us below the line. Always think of less than being below. The only time that doesn't work is if you're talking about a vertical line, which is in the form of x is less than or x is greater than something. In that case, you're just shading right and left. But don't think about this as being right and left. Think about this as being below or above. So below would be here. And then the other portion, we're going to be below this line. Now, it started off as being greater than, but you're just graphing based off of what you ended up when you put it in slope-intercept form. So we're below this line. So in the end, the answer is only the shaded region for both parts. Or in other words, what was shaded for both the inequalities. And that ends up being just this lower quadrant right here. And if you pick any point, like if we pick the point 0, negative 3, and you plugged it in here, you get true statements in both cases. So that's looking at graphing an inequality. Now, I want to throw in one more inequality in this case, and we'll see how to deal with that. We're going to leave these two alone. But then let's say they also wanted us to consider the graph of y is greater than negative 3. Y is greater than negative 3 is going to be at the horizontal line y equals negative 3, sorry. So I'm going to put, let's do this one in green. So I'm going to shade and it's going to be dotted because it's not an or equals. So I'm going to have that. And now I want to be greater than that. So I'm above this line. So the only place that's in common in all three regions is just this definite triangle in here. And that ends up being the solution if we have three different inequalities. So y alone without an x is horizontal. X without a y is vertical. But again, it was greater than, so we shaded above it. And that was the region for that particular thing of inequalities. So what we're looking at is on the 17th, I think it is, I've opened up the practice test for you. I know my B group class, or my 2A, I think it's 2A class, I assigned the Unit 5 test for yesterday, or maybe it was today. It was actually for today. So I moved it to Thursday because I had not yet gone over this lesson yet. So it's just a practice. If you do it, great. It's practice work for you. If you don't get it done, it's not going to be anything that will penalize you. But looking at having this unit test on the 23rd of the month, so that would be 9 days from today. So looking at the 23rd of the month being this unit test, it will be at the same time as your class period would meet. One other thing here, sorry, one other thing as far as this is concerned, I've already posted your unit, your final exam review. So you can go ahead and start working on it. It has the answers at the end of it. So the problems for the first portion of the review, you'll find it on your Heinz Canvas page. So be sure you're taking advantage of that. I'll have your exam date for you shortly. It will be the beginning of May. I don't know exactly which date yet. But anyway, keep working hard. Please, please, please ask questions. I had several of you were asking questions for a while and then have stopped asking questions. And I looked at WebAssign, and a lot of people have quit doing work. Please don't quit. This is a college credit class. You need to make sure you take advantage of it. The plus 10 points does not work on the college end of the class. It only works on the high school end of the class. So keep working, and we will see you later.